My family has a mini orchard in the backyard, and naturally, I'm the one who has to deal with it. In order to preserve my sanity, I have created a sort of mental hierarchy of which trees I actually care about and enjoy getting fruit from. It's not actually worth going through that list, but it is worth it to talk about why this is helpful. I like cherries, so when I'm outside pruning the cherry trees or picking them in the summer heat, I can mostly deal with it. I am doing this with the idea in mind that I can get something I like, so there is a payoff to my efforts. The cherries are a long term reward for the short term actions involved in taking care of the trees themselves. In contrast, I very much hate figs. Fig flavor isn't bad, but the fruit itself is soft and mushy, and it drips a sticky, milky liquid when you cut them, and it's honestly gross. I hate it, and because I hate it, having to deal with the fig tree is just a tedious annoyance. There is no reward to working on the fig tree other than the fact that I get to hack it back however I want because the thing grows like a weed. If I had my way though, I would either remove it or ignore it. This dichotomy within my own head helps show the importance of actually wanting something for yourself. Seems a bit selfish on the surface, but let's consider what it means to be motivated. What actually motivates you to do something? Odds are you don't really feel motivated unless there is some personal desire of yours involved. There is something about it that feels rewarding to you. Now, what the reward is varies a lot because it depends on what kind of person you are and what you want in life. The type of reward you're after also changes a lot. I'm okay with working on the cherry trees because the fruit they make is my reward. It's a more primitive type of reward, but it's still a good reward. When I make music, the reward is the expression of unsaid emotion, which is a more internal reward. These videos I make are an attempt to connect with others, and it would be dishonest to say that I don't have higher hopes for this channel. I have a lot of hopes for this. So that allows me to work past the discomfort of what's essentially public speaking, which is something I have always dreaded doing. I'm basically relying on the idea of external rewards to keep myself going, since the idea of them is all I really have at the moment. These rewards are extremely important for all of us, no matter what form they take. The longer I work on the fig tree with no real reward that I care about, the more resentful I become of the fig tree itself. The tree didn't do anything wrong, but because I'm obligated to deal with it, it starts to eat away at me like erosion. I didn't want a fig tree, and I'm not being paid to deal with the stupid thing, so why should it be my responsibility? Same goes for anything. You know, the longer I make videos in my little pocket of the void, the more fed up and tired I feel, without any of the positive connection between myself and you through your engagement with my ideas, if you choose to engage, that is. I'm just feeding effort into a loop with no reward. It's emotionally draining, at least for me. That's probably only because public speaking is so difficult to begin with. I'm also not trying to make you feel like you have to interact at all. You can just listen and then go about your day if that's all you really want to do. I am simply describing the reality of investing time and effort into things. I'm sure some people would argue that the act of doing something should be the reward, but that's just not realistic. It would also be missing the entire point, because if you're happy doing something for no reason other than doing it, that's still an emotional reward. You feeling good about it is the reward. And if you feel better doing it, then all you would want from it is to just do that thing. it creates something like an internal feedback loop. We all need rewards of some type for basically everything we do. If your employer came to you and said, "Hey, we're not going to pay you anymore because we think the work itself should be your payment," you would never ever agree to that. Even if you love your job, you still need the money it provides. Material reward is the main purpose of a job, and a lot of people only force themselves to go to work because of this reward. Without the money, it's a wasteful time sink, generally speaking. There's other reasons people work. Maybe they like the people they work with. Maybe they have a lot of freedom. Maybe it's a family business, whatever. These other reasons don't really change much. If you don't get paid at a job, then why would you continue to do it? I've been using the term reward a lot, which makes it sound simple, like training a dog or something, but it can be a lot more complicated than that. We are complex creatures as humans, so the rewards that satisfy these internal needs can be just as complex. Another way to think about it is like a give and receive cycle. I give the cherry trees care, and I receive cherries in return. You can even flip it too. The cherry tree gives me cherries, and it receives care in return. It's reciprocal. These cycles exist everywhere, in everybody if you look for them. And when these cycles are consistently broken, you end up with dysfunction of varying types. It's not good for people to constantly give things and not get anything back for it. It doesn't really matter what it is. It could be time, attention, thought, effort, money, whatever. Bad relationships, stressful activities, terrible jobs. There are all kinds of ways to break these necessary reward cycles. So, in the end, wanting things is very human. It's not selfish to want something in return for your time or effort, because the idea of some type of reward is usually what motivates us to do it in the first place. Thinking about what you want in the end is the basis for all long-term goals, and it's the fuel for personal growth. If you're ever unsure, aim for things that will make you a happier person, not for things that make you happy in the moment.